Thank you so much, Monica. That's great testimonies today from everybody. And just before we bring on Dr. Carl, I want to just take you back to the cellgevity and just remind us what we've been saying all along, that to succeed in anything, especially in business like we're involved here as entrepreneurs, knowing your reason why is very important. And so commitment and dedication is important. I never shared this testimony before, but I do feel led to share today that about 10 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with kidney disease. And so, you know, she had to go to the hospital for dialysis. That was the doctor's solution, is just let's do dialysis. And that ribosine technology did not yet exist. They knew about glutathione. I had just discovered about, the importance of it. And so I was sharing books with the specialists, not even the family or medical doctor, with specialists in the hospital saying, this could help. Let's boost glutathione levels. But they were just looking at me like they didn't really know what I was talking about. And it just made me realize that the scientific community is way ahead of the medical community in many areas. They're just not taught a lot of this information and knowledge in university, and even unless they do their own research, they won't know about it. Anyway, the unfortunate thing is that I did lose my mom 10 years ago, 2010, to that disease, and so that made me realize that I'm going to do everything I can to educate people on the importance of natural health, but also the scientific breakthroughs that are now available. Ribosine came out many years later, but the point is that this can help save lives and help many people. So that's my why and one of my dedications or reasons for pressing forward and seeing everyone succeed, including myself, to just help as many people as we can. So at that point, sorry to take it a little serious on us today, but the good news is that many people are getting tremendous results from the work and activity excuse me, we're doing today. I know you have great training for us, so is that something you'd like to do at this time, and then we can end later with just maybe one or two more testimonies?
Can you hear me, Pastor Domenic?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
Well, I could hear that voice when you gave it a testimonial on your mother, and it's amazing what you said, because you never told me that testimonial before.
I know, first time, yeah.
I don't know if you ever mentioned it, but you see, then you get to know things about people. When I tell people back in when I got into health back in 1984, the year before that, I believe it is, my sister died at 21 years old from cancer. And my beautiful sister, 21 years old, that's how long she spent on earth. I watched her turn to bones, and as a matter of fact, she got so thin that coming down the stairs one day, her bones broke. And watching my mother's face, and doctors lying to her, and everybody's so naive, including myself, I had some serious anger that I knew that you just, there's somebody that you love and see them melting away, and everybody's confused, and some people just, I call helping kill her faster with drugs. Well, that was just my passion. That was my passion, just like you. I decided I must learn about health, and that's where it started for me back in 1984. So you got to have a reason to drive you, to want to make sure you talk to people, and that drive inside of you must be driven by love. By the way, see, if you don't have that love for people, that passion, if you focus on the money, well, it's going to blind you. If you focus on the love and getting the job done right, you make all the money that you could ever think about. That's basically how people make a lot of money sometimes. The people that actually go after the money and don't care about people, they're not too happy. They don't do too well in life. So I find that actually your testimonial is amazing. And a matter of fact, you should tell it more often. So I should tell mine more often, by the way. What drove me, what drives me up to tell you with this passion.
Wow, that's a good point.
And drive me to med school and everything. I'm telling you, what happens is that People really need to know that something is driving you. Either the opposite direction in the negative path or something is driving you down the positive road. Anyhow you look at it, something is driving us, and you got to find out what is driving us, what direction is driving us, and why. That's the why right there, Pastor Dominic. Your why is strong. Mine is strong also. I just want to say that actually it's amazing that we are in business with two of the top scientists in the world. We are actually in business with their medical breakthrough. It is not ours. Ribosine technology was invented by two of the top scientists in the world, with the knowledge of actually God's wisdom, because no one can do that unless they have God's wisdom on their side. And it's amazing that people don't really understand it in the book. The book says in Ecclesiastes that actually God gives scientists wisdom. Scientists wisdom. So I know Dr. Soar and actually Dr. Caller, I know that those two had, plus, you can't do this thing by yourself. Because ribosine has the ability to elevate the number one thing in your body, glutathione, by 300% or more. It has a bright future. I wish that would just stay in people's head as an anchor, so that when you're talking to people and people want to know what it's all about and this and that, you can simply explain to people it has the ability or the power to raise the number one thing in your body that controls everything else just about. It's a protector of the cells, the DNA. That's very important. That's a positive. See, we are working with a positive, while many people are in the negative, waiting for the positive to get out. And we are carrying it when it comes to health. It is a road to success because the people who are looking for financial abundance and good health. Let me run through that again, because ribosine have the ability to elevate glutathione in the body, the number one thing that protects the body, the defense system. It has a bright future. And because it has a bright future, it's actually the road to success for anyone who's looking for good health or financial abundance. And this is why more people need to know about ribosine technology and what it does in the body. That statement is powerful. Sometimes we must put a name or give a name to something that we are attempting to get across to people in a specific way, so that they understand the positive side or the negative side of the thing we're talking about. So we need to give it a name sometimes to explain to them the positive or the negative side of what we're attempting for them to understand, or what we're talking about. So when I bring things to you, sometimes it's not my imagination just working on through the flesh. It's actually planted. And sometimes it will make me smile. Then it's downloaded inside of my head to bring to you. So here's what I like people to really understand about free radicals. Free radicals in the body are like demons attempting to destroy our health and body from within. That's what the Lord told me about free radicals. He say they're like demons. attempting to destroy from within. But we don't know that because we don't get to see them. And although we cannot see them, experts tells us that they're seriously unhealthy. They're causing damage. I call them the danger within. Try our lives short on this earth, or making our lives very uncomfortable. People who are unhealthy daily, people who have disease and sickness in their bodies, they wake up every single day. I want you to imagine this, waking up every day just to suffer. Waking up every day just to suffer from pain. That cannot be, that's not a good life. That's called a life that's suffering. So when it comes to health, all of this is happening because of low glutathione, this one molecule in the body. That one molecule, that's called low glutathione, cause those demons, which we call free radicals, to activate. Cause them to activate and take over. If we don't be careful, they take over. See, if something is not controlled, it takes over. You see, if pain controls your thinking, if you got to be thinking about it all the time because you're in so much pain all the time, listen to me carefully. Anything that dominates us lords over us. If pain is controlling, dominating our thinking, maybe not us on this line because a lot of us are reversing this stuff by getting out of the pain, like myself, and pain in my knee. And the testimony I just heard. Well, you see, we're not dominated. Inflammation is no longer, I should say, Lord over us. Why? Because and cast it out of the body. So in the places that was causing the pain and soreness, it's no longer there. So ribosine is the force that goes into the body and raises glutathione. Or I should say ribosine is a solution that goes into the body, raises glutathione, the force that casts out inflammation and the demons that comes to kill, steal, and destroy from within are quenched. There's a bigger force and something more powerful than free radicals. Remember this always when you talk to people. Don't let anyone fool you. When you know, that's power. That's an advantage on people who do not know. This is why I desire to know, because it gives me confidence and I know I have that power. I have the edge. Knowledge, true knowledge gives you the edge. You have this advantage on ignorant people. Any area that you don't have the knowledge in, you're actually ignorant in that area. I'll say that again. Any area you do not have the knowledge in, You're ignorant in that area, uneducated, lack of knowledge. So we can take lack of knowledge and just move it around anywhere. Anywhere you do not have the knowledge, the right knowledge to fix a situation, it means that you are in the dark and you need light to shine into that place. Not only you, all of us. So bad health, good health is an asset. So free radicals comes to steal, kill, and destroy what? Your asset.
Yes. Who me could have asked to get the hub not done?
So your asset. Bad health is not counted as an asset. It's a liability. How far does liabilities take anybody? No, liabilities mean that something is working against you, not for you. Ill health, or bad health, works against us. Free radicals is working against us, against our health. Ribosine is working for us because of the power it has to raise glutathione. That's the service that we actually asking people to take on and put in their bodies. And it's I want to point this out because we need to get this across to people in every single conversation. Glutathione is the most important molecule in the body to raise glutathione, to activate, I should say, the number one thing in the body, which is actually what? The powerful master antioxidant. But none of this could happen unless L-cysteine is in the cell. Now, how easy is that to understand? The cell cannot manufacture glutathione without having L-cysteine inside of it. It's impossible. That's what the scientists said. And ribosine is the solution for bringing L-cysteine into the cell so that the cell does what it was created to do by God, manufacture the molecule, glutathione. If you never had it like that before, let people know your body can't do it. The cell cannot do it without L-16. It has to be in the cell. And as for ribosine, the delivery system for bringing L-cysteine safely through the digestive tract and into the cell so the cell can manufacture glutathione. Now, let me just explain one thing. I have heard people talking about actually the technology and moving further and further and further away from what the technology really is. The technology is not longevity. That's not even the fundamentals. The fundamentals really to stick with, to get your point across with force, is explain what I just said to you. The cell cannot manufacture glutathione, which is a master antioxidant that protect the DNA. DNA is a programming system inside of the body. The cell is the manufacturer. So this is what glutathione is doing, is protecting those two things. Every cell needs what? Glutathione inside of it. So when you explain that to people, when that's low glutathione, the body starts to collapse. The demon starts to increase. I hope you connect the dots together. The demons are free radicals. So it will help people to remember probably better if I call them. The Lord said, call them demons so people understand they're demons really. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. So you know that's not God. So remember that ribosine has the ability to raise glutathione in the body, the master antioxidant. It cannot manufacture, the cells cannot manufacture ribosine, glutathione, with over having L-cysteine inside of the cell. Ribosine is a delivery system. That's the medical breakthrough. That's the technology. That's what scientists spend 25 years on before they figure out how to put a sugar and together to actually get it into the cell safely through the digestive tract and into the cell. And that's the medical breakthrough. That's the technology. That's the science. You've got to sell the science so people understand better. You got to sell the science so people understand better. So remember that glutathione is a force inside of the body to erase or block or protect organs and tissues, DNA and cells. While ribosine comes into form to snap them out. So listen to me carefully. I sent a presentation out. If Dr. Nagasawa's son doing a presentation, listen, follow that format if you want to be an expert. If people don't know what free radicals really are and the danger of them, ribosine is not going to make no sense to them, or glutathione. Don't bypass the steps. The fundamental is really the steps. Do you know what a free radical is? Do you know what it does in your body? The negative sides of having them in your body, because there's nothing positive about the demons, free radicals. Do you know what it is, what it does? Do you know what it's doing to your health? Do you know why you're sick? Do you know why you have high blood pressure, diabetes? Do you know why you're in pain? Ask the right questions. See if people have answers. They probably don't. That's where you come in as an expert. Based on what scientists have found, this is what happens. Free radicals does this, this, and this. How they form, this is how they form. How do you get rid of them? There's something in your body that does that. Don't go away from the technology and teaching people the right way. You are going to have problems if you bypass the steps. Don't attempt to sell them something without explaining to them first why they probably have this problem. If they learn that way, then they have a better reason why they're taking the technology. You see, and they're not going to come off the supplements. You're going to educate your customers. They're going to educate other people. This is called good business for you. So don't move away from the step. Watch the video. Follow the 7 steps I'm advising you right now, and you'll become very strong in your presentation. For those of you out there who are planning to be a multi-millionaire in this business and diamond in 3 years, I used to say 5 years, but now I put it down to 3. It's not going to take that long. 5G is coming. A solution is needed. We have it. So before I sign off, I want to say this to you. Love is one. Love, true love is one. If you have love, true love, you're part of the one. There's not 2. Secondly is this. Decide to let people help you become successful. If that was not your goal before, make it your goal. Get help. Ask for help. Stop attempting to figure things out by yourself. That is a very selfish behavior. And God doesn't like it. The second part about that is that if you know the law very carefully, it's any 2 agreeing, touching the same thing. You see that? Any 2, not 1. This entire university is not for one. Even Jesus said he's in partnership with his Father. So if you're operating with this mindset, with this one thing, the devil is going to work on you. Because one could only chase 1,000, two could chase 10. That's why he don't like to see unity, okay? Ask for help, get help, set your goals to, you're not working by yourself and Max. We are a team. We got to unite. We share knowledge. We help one another. You must have that mindset. Where you came from before might not have operated that way. In network marketing, that's the way it operates. You work with people, pick up the phone, send a message, stop acting selfish. Think you can figure it out by yourself and do it by yourself. And here's something you might really want to know, and then I'm finished. Listen, what you can accomplish in 1 year by yourself, what you could accomplish in 1 year working with a partner who has the same, working for the same cause. It has to be for the same cause. What you could accomplish in 1 year, it would take you 5 years by yourself to accomplish a quarter as much. What you could accomplish in 1 year with a partner, it would take you 5 years to accomplish the same thing if you ever do, because you have blind spots. So let me give you something that I am putting into my book, but I share with you. I'm really good. Listen, anytime you find yourself in the how do I do this? How did this happen? And many of you, that's where you are right now. You don't need to tell me. I know that's what you do. Listen, there's a message in that. It tells you that you're in a blind spot. That's why you're into the how. Somebody else have the answer probably while you spin your wheels and waste a whole bunch of time hoping to figure it out. You're in a blind spot anytime you're in the how. There's a way. Peter wanted to know how he could pay his taxes because he was broke. The good news, he was with the one that knew how to pay the taxes. So you give Peter the answer where to find the money. You might be holding yourself back by attempting to do, a matter of fact, you are holding yourself back by attempting to have that single-minded, stubborn, selfish behavior. Because I love you, I'm asking you to give it up right now. After this call, I want you to think about what I said and say, I'm not doing that no more. I'm going to be asking for help from this second onwards. And you will see you'll move a lot faster. I love you. This is Dr. Carl like ours. Pastor Domenic, back to you.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Carl. Amazing coaching and teaching again today. Very inspirational, and I know we all learned a lot today. I'm going to open it up to question and answers, but before we do, I just want to say I'm so glad that we're building a strong foundation in a solid team, because like you said, we're all here to help one another, and iron sharpens iron, and we're really, I believe, going to all succeed together as a powerful team. So just give me 1 minute to unmute everyone, and then we'll open up the question and answers. I just also want to wish everyone happy Father's Day weekend to everyone. God bless you all, and we'll talk to you again on Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. for the next Max